Manga.
At the time when the first company I joined as a new graduate was too corrupt, I was still new to society and didn't know left from right. But my senior who entered the workforce before me, "My company is so corrupt it's crazy," and I heard him complaining about it. So I joined the company with a lot of anxiety about what it would be like. But the company I joined was so awful that it didn't even compare to what my senior told me. Normally, when an employee or a new graduate joins a company, there would be an explanation at the start, but that didn't happen. "Hey, go make some sales," he said to me. I didn't know how to do sales at all, so... "What? Could you come and give me some guidance, at least once?" "Huh? Do it on your own. There's the internet nowadays, so just Google it or something," and left me in the dark. Even if you try to make sales like that. Yeah, we're good. I was basically turned away at the door. Every day in the evening, my company would announce the results, but this was more painful than anything else, because I couldn't get a single contract. And yet, "You have no talent. Hurry up and win some contracts. You're useless." My senior yells at me every day. And because I wasn't able to get results, "You can't get contracts, so at least do some miscellaneous work." I was forced to do all my senior's miscellaneous work. I was going home on the last train every day, while my seniors went home on time, and my body and mind were in shambles. Since the company was like that, one by one, the new recruits disappeared with each passing month. At a meeting, the day after someone quit, we had to listen forever to rants against the fellow who quit, such as, "We don't want any slackers." After that, the number of new graduates kept decreasing, and the cost of all those who quit fell on me. When I was in an unstable state of mind and talked to another employee during a break, "Stop slacking!" and getting kicked was a common occurrence. I'd go home, take off my pants, and I'd have bruises all over my thighs. Then one day, as I was getting yelled at as usual, I knew something was wrong with my body. And when I checked in the bathroom, I had urticaria, to the point that my body was swollen. It was as if my body was telling me that it was at its limit. The urticaria was already so itchy that I couldn't stand it, and wanted to leave right now. But a senior noticed me not coming out of the bathroom and, "Hey, get out of there and do your job. Your work's piling up," and kicked the door. I fought the itch desperately and kept working. And then, as I was leaving, "Oh, I forgot to do this. Make sure you get this done by tomorrow morning. If you don't do it, you know what's going to happen, right?" And left after saying that. It wasn't a job for a new graduate like me, and most of the things had never been taught to me, which made me tear up. I don't know why I'm in this mess. It itches and I want to run away. But if I run, I'll be miserable again. My thoughts were screaming. I finished what I could and went home. The journey home was truly hellish, and when I got home, I collapsed at the front door. My mother, who was sleeping at the time, woke up from the noise and was startled by my condition, and immediately took me to the emergency room. When I showed it to the doctor, "This is bad. You're about to go crazy, aren't you?" And they gave me steroids and stuff. The urticaria disappeared after I was given a shot of medicine, but on the car ride home, I blurted out, "I'm at my limit."
You're still young. You can manage, even if you quit.
I was relieved, but at the same time, my gut was churning. But I can't let them get away with this, and bit my back teeth. I decided to take revenge, and the first thing I did was talk to my colleagues who quit. According to my former colleague, as soon as they decided to quit, the company made them leave on the same day, telling them they wouldn't pay them, and that month, he actually didn't get paid. And the senior, "I'm a former artist. I don't know what'll happen if you cause a commotion," and apparently threatened him. I heard about this and decided to talk to an old friend of mine. Since I rarely invite people out, my friend was happy that day and said, "It's been a while." But then he saw my face and noticed something was wrong. "Something bothering you?" He made it easy for me to talk, and I told him everything that happened over drinks with my friend. And my friend said, "So when are you quitting?" To which I replied, "Today." He said, "Okay," and walked out. The next day, I opened Skype on my iPad Touch in the morning went straight to work. When I came to work, around the time when everyone had all gathered, my senior, "Hey, you finished the work I told you to do, right?" he said. "No, I didn't do it because I can't do what I'm not taught. I mean, I can't keep up with this company, so I'm quitting." After saying that, my senior grinned and said, "I'll see. I'll go call my superiors." And after a while, the bosses and executives came over. And then the discussion began. Senior, seemingly disappointed. "It's a shame you're quitting, after all the time and effort I put into teaching you." He said that, but I ignored it. And the boss, "Maybe this company was too much for a new hire like you. Well, that's okay. This month's paycheck is past due, but I don't have it, so you can just go home," he said. "What? Please pay me." No, they say it's an ill bird that fouls its own nest, right?" "What, are you kidding me?" When I snapped, he kicked the desk and grabbed me by the chest. "Hey, do you know what happens when you screw with people? Don't get cocky. I dare you." Then the idiot senior. "You know he's got my back, huh? I don't care if you cry later." He smiles wanly. Then bring them here, right now." "Are you serious?" Senior bursts out laughing. At that moment, a tremendous blaring military song rang out from the front of the company. Everyone in the conference room except me looks aghast. We're on the same playing field. Come on, bring him out. In fact, in front of the company was a vacant lot, where several black right-wing streetcars were parked. The head there is my friend. "They have the right wing protecting him, right? Then they better talk to me. I'll take care of it." And took it on. My friend was in the car listening to the Skype call, and he just told me that if they threatened me, he would threaten them back. In the midst of echoing military music. "Where's your support, senior?" My friend said it would be easier to solve the problem if the right-wingers talked to each other. When I told the senior, and the boss's face turned pale in a panic. "You weren't bluffing about who has your back, right?" His eyes kept swimming. "All right, let's start over, shall we?" The senior and the boss shook their head vigorously when I told them. The conversation from there on went smoothly, and the company said they'd pay me the money promptly. In closing, next time you should take better care of your new employees. Otherwise, you never know when you'll end up like this. Oh, and seniors should be careful not to joke about having someone behind your back, or you might get yourself in a lot of pain. Later, I invited my friend again for a drink, after I got him into such a petty matter. "I'm really glad you helped me. I'm sorry about getting you involved." No, I had a good time. And my guys are excited too." And my friend laughed it off. This time, I happened to be saved by a friend. But some people aren't able to escape from this pain. Corrupt companies are not going to disappear from the world. But I hope those people have someone they can rely on in times of need. Just like me.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. What did you think of today's episode? Leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on today's story. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe.